Hi guys, this is my preview of the 70th Anniversary Grand Prix at Silverstone. Let me know if you can't hear me, because I've got an air cooler and two fans, one that can spray water to keep us cool, because it is absolutely boiling. I think here, where I'm living in Suffolk, it's 34 degrees. Well, that was at 2 o'clock, so let me just update. Now 29 degrees, but it still feels like 34 degrees. Absolutely baking. Let me know what the weather is wherever you are. But yeah, this is the preview to the Grand Prix this weekend. And big news is that Racing Point have been fined and equivalent to £3,061,000 and deducted 15 points from their already total, I think, of 45 or 47 actually. So, which now will leave them behind Renault in sixth place because Renault's protests about the Pacific. You can copy the car of the outside by pictures, but you can't if you have to receive information about copying the design of something internal to the car, such as the brake ducts, which were Renault protesting on the Racing Point to be the same as last year Mercedes. You can be deducted points and fined because it's against the rules. They've been found that decision has been upheld. The protest has been upheld. So yeah, that's cut and dry, really. So it's a disappointment as well, especially in the fact that Perez was going under a second test as he tested positive for COVID-19 last weekend. He's still positive for COVID-19, so he will not be racing this weekend. It will be still Nico Hulkenberg. But the team again needs to pick up points against rivals Renault. I can see why Renault have done it, because Renault, I feel, are behind Racing Point. Racing Point have got a very quick car, at times quicker than the Ferraris that are struggling. And in this weekend, because of the heat, we all know that Mercedes are always struggling in hot conditions. They're struggling in Austria when it was baking hot. Excuse me. Yeah, so it's going to be absolutely baking hot all over this weekend. And yeah, we'll have to. But by the look at the second practice, which was earlier today, it looked like it was still Mercedes dominated. And I was speaking to a friend of mine the other day about the fact that it was getting boring, the fact that Mercedes was dominating the sport. And I can see why, but you can't blame them, right? In the end, they're building the strongest car because they're the best at building that car. They don't get as much money as, say, Ferrari. Ferrari just get a certain amount of money for just being in the sport. I think it's around about £50 million. So they just get that for being in the sport from day one, which is why there's been such a thing about restructuring the wage structure with constructors, and the way the prize money is given out to each team to encourage more teams to be self-sustainable, so we can get more cars on the grid more drivers racing, which is what we all want to see. Because back in the 80s, you used to see 26, 28 cars. Now you only see 20, which makes it even more difficult. And if you've got the Williams, for example, at the back of the grid, which brings me to my next point, is that George Russell, for example, who's a very talented driver and F2 champion, is going to struggle and not be able to show that he's ready to, say, step in further up the Mercedes ladder to a Racing Point or even Mercedes themselves, because Mercedes have now gone and signed Bottas for another 2 years. I think 2-3 year contract, which proves again how that Bottas is taking the fight to Lewis Hamilton, which also shuts another door to Sebastian Vettel. But that was, I think, it was a long shot off. Apparently, there's rumours about Aston Martin coming in and him being part of that. We'll have to wait and see. Those are just rumours. It's more like rumours with Arsenal, to be honest, in their transfer rumours. And yeah, we have to wait and see. So, but yeah, does anyone in the chat smash the lights up? If links in the description if you want to come on. And actually, along the bottom here, like video description, it's if you want your say on the Grand Prix or even just to ask questions or anything like that at all. But I don't see anything else other than another Mercedes dominated race. Whether it happens or not, I don't know. So, but yeah, we have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. And yeah, what can you ask for? Other than that, there's not much else at the minute that's too different with the sport and in terms of news-wise. I'd love to know your thoughts about Vettel. If you thoughts about where Vettel might be going, leave it in the video in the comments below. Do you think he will retire? Do you think he will the Aston Martin rumours are true? Or he'll find another team? Racing Point was dragged up at one point. And actually, going back to Racing Point, it's a shame for Perez that he's struggling with COVID-19 and that he's had to take time off racing, because all racers, they want to race, they want to do every Grand Prix, but safety comes first. So yeah, there's just been I don't see anything else too different with this Grand Prix. They are going to use the softer tyres that they were debating about from last week. So obviously with the tyre blowouts to Bottas and Hamilton at the end of the Grand Prix. All right, Rod, how are you? Yes. Good evening, Stephen. Yes, we can hear you clearly. It was 38 degrees. I'm not surprised being in London, mate. Right? I know we live in Hackney, man. Jeez, you must be absolutely cooking. Right? I could barely manage down here, mate. Jesus. Why do you think my shirt's that side open? Right? I have liver disease and I'm supposed to be cold. Right? So if it's hot, you know it's hot. If I'm wearing a shirt like this, you know it's hot. So, but yeah, man. Rod, share this out as well. And got any questions, just ask. Right? You know I am. Or you can call me later if you don't want to. Actually, you've got the link in the description, mate. Come and join the show. Right, we can have an interesting debate between the three of us, between two of us. Sorry, there's someone else in here. I swear to God. Uh, well, there's currently got 3 live viewers in a minute. So, but yeah, man. Actually, invite. Copy. Give me a minute. Rod, in there, mate. Right, there's the link. Go check it out. Yeah, so it will be interesting to see where Red Bull end up. I don't think it. I think with the temperatures the way they are, I do think it's going to be not straightforward, especially if they're using softer tyres. Because the softer the tyres are, the more they heat up. The more the weather heats up, the more the track heats up. The more the track heats up, the harder it is to keep those tyres in the window. Especially when you're going through maggots, Beckett's, Stowe, right? I mean, where the old circuit used to start, where you've got Cops, then Maggots, Beckett's, and then Stowe, all the way to Vale, right? Those, they hardly break. Till Vale and Club, they do not break, hardly, on a flying lap, right? So the amount of stress those tyres go through on a single lap on a Silverstone, right? No wonder they had tyre blowouts towards the end of the race because they stopped so early. But I'll tell you that it definitely woke me up because I was still tired from the weekend. So, but yeah, I'm definitely back to my old health again. So, but yeah, other than that, there's not much else to say. Um, don't know, man. Yeah, there's not much else that yeah you can say other than predictions. Um, I think Bottas has been edging Hamilton this weekend, so I think Bottas will get pole. Be a close battle between the two of them. And Max Verstappen for chasing them down again because I think the Ferraris are done. Ferraris are done out here. Right, they're done. Right for this season. Right. Apparently, the actual team principal, I think Binotto's actually said they will not be able to compete at the top level till 2022 until the rules come in. Which you think that's Ferrari, right? Hey, first time watching. Uh, Hi, Halam 899 live. Kimmy is my favorite driver. Kimmy's no nonsense, man. Right? Yeah, Kimmy's no nonsense. He says as it is. I remember like a team. I think it was Schumacher's last race, and he had the presentation of Pele, and uh, he just literally came out and said that he missed it because he's gone for a shit. Right? He's he's no nonsense, right? I think when he got third, I think the only thing he enjoyed about getting third and going to the prize giving gala is just so he could get pissed. Right? He's absolutely right. People say that he's he's a character that doesn't need to talk to be a character. Right? That's simple. And that's yeah. And I don't see how much. I mean, the longer he lasts, right, the more I see Hamilton lasting, right, because these drivers stay so fit. I mean, what is he now? 40, 41? So he's getting up to the actual age that Schumacher retired on, right? And they're super. Norris podium could be great for us English people. Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great. Another, I doubt it. I doubt it, but you never know. Um, Kimi in his prime was as good as Fernando and Michael in my. Yeah, Fernando, I get. Michael was on another level. Like I used to grow up watching Michael Schumacher, and he was my favourite because he used to be the red car that always went round at the front. Right, and I loved the colour red, being an Arsenal fan. Um, my dad hated it because obviously what he did in '94 and in '97. But yeah, but naturally, if it weren't for Schumacher coming back for the 3 years with Mercedes, God knows where Mercedes would be now because he encouraged them to invest and go get Hamilton, invest in this team, and make the most of the rules that were coming up. Uh, and that's why now we have the dominant Mercedes. So you can blame him. Um, Problem is now is that we don't hear anything about what's going on with him because he keeps it very. Kimi in 2003. Yeah, he did. The third, it was probably just as equal as. And thanks for your comment again. Um, if you want to come on the show, there's the link there, right? We can have a debate about it. But yeah, I remember watching that 2003, and I was scared to death that Schumacher wasn't getting his title, and um, the problem that let him down was McLaren, and that's what let Hamilton down in the end. Hamilton should have won it in 2012. At some point, he should have won it in 2010. Now, there was a couple of mistakes in 2010 that he made. But in 2012, he had the fastest car from day one. But pit stop issues, reliability issues. But McLaren's never been reliable as Mercedes have. And that's why Kimi didn't win it in that end. Because I remember the United States Grand Prix, and where he was finishing, it was going down to the wire. Especially with the fact with the qualifying difference and everything, and it would have made a huge difference. But the engine let him down again, and you think now you've got power units that last 6, 7 races. Back then, they were struggling to make races all the time. Yeah, they were. Yeah, yeah. McLaren. All right, there you go. I think that's how you spell it. Yeah, check up. Yeah, that's how you say it. There you go. Yeah, they're up and down like a yo-yo. 2007, 2008. They nearly lost it. Hamilton nearly lost it. He nearly lost it with, I think, the stewards were Ferrari on Ferrari side. Spa in particular was a very poignant moment, 2008. Have you? No, I haven't. I might have to check that out. I'll check that out at some point. Um, yeah, I think he would have pushed. I it would definitely cause unrest in the Ferrari team, which is probably why Ferrari didn't do it, because he wouldn't have sat back and been number two. Let's just put it that way, especially at that age. So, yeah, thanks for your comment again. And yeah, he wouldn't have fallen for second best like Barrichello and played the team game. Right, he'd want to push Schumacher all the way. And actually, I think French Grand Prix 2002 was his mistake that cost him that gave the Schumacher the championship as he was chasing him down. But yeah, I mean, those were back in the days. Those were V10 era. Oh, the V10s. How can we go back to the V10s, man? V8s as well, right? It's not the same. V6s are good, but not the same. They're not the same. But yeah, but yeah, as like I said, I don't see anything other than the Mercedes win, to be honest. Maybe McLaren will be better. I think last year, actually last year I went to the Grand Prix. It's an F1 experience package and cost a lot of money. It did. And the only way I could afford it was for inheritance. And we stayed in a hotel that was Alfa Romeo. Saw Giovinazzi at breakfast. Right. We then went to the circuit Thursday, Friday evening. Thursday evening was going around the track on the back of a truck and everything. Friday was, Friday was the Paddock Club, where Lando Norris came and gave a talk and everything. I asked questions to Lando Norris and everything. Then we went and saw the circuit live at the garages when they were after practice, and it was like a queue for the Dartford crossing because they were all weighing the cars up for. Do you watch the F1 YouTuber F1 Word? No, not particularly. I just usually just follow what goes on the F1 channel itself because they're usually quite explanatory. Unless there's a particular issue that's very complicated. Because that's the thing, because it depends. Some people have an interest. Oh, I missed that one as well. Sorry. In my opinion, if Kimi signed for Ferrari in 2002, he will win the championship in 2003 and 7. And maybe 2005, no. Right, because the Ferrari car was a dead car. That car was shocking. Right. That car was shocking. Right. I said it at 10 years old. I said it that they will not win the championship with that car. I've proven right. No, that was the deadest car they ever made. They just literally scrapped that and went for 2006. Because and the reason I say for that is because the Bridgestones were a very more durable tyre than the Michelins, because the tyres had to last the qualifying and the race. You couldn't replace it unless it was delaminated, which caused all the drama in Indianapolis. It was the shittest rule they ever produced. So, but Bridgestone always came up with the right tyres, but it was too durable. The more durable a tyre is, the slower it is. So, yeah, that car was, they would never won anything. Schumacher, put it in context, Schumacher won one Grand Prix, and it was that 6-car Grand Prix where the only one was the Ferraris, the Jordans and Minardis that were at the back, because those are the only Bridgestone runners. That shows like how poor that car was. So yeah, that says it all in itself. So there we go. But yeah, look, what do you think is? Let me know. Yeah, about the Vettel situation. Do you think he's going to retire? Do you think he's going to stay? Leave it all in the comments below. I'm actually going to finish this up now because I am baking hot. I'm tired because it's hot. I mean, I was even thinking about not even doing the stream tonight because it was just so hot today. It was unbearable. Constantly using ice literally every day, all day. So, yeah, thanks for tuning in. Leave a like on the video, on the stream, share the content on the channel. Next week I'll start my charity work as well, so check that out. Next week I have I'm organising a review or season review at 8 p.m. on Tuesday. It's going to have Lee Chappie from Leicester, somebody from Terrace panel. Hopefully Claude's going to be on here as well. We'll have loads of people on here. Try and get a variety of fans from the Premier League to give their say on what's been an extraordinary season. Be sure to check that out, and the link for that will also be in the description. So if you want to have your say, you can join in. But yeah, leave anything else in the comments below. Share that out, and that stream is going to be on Tuesday at 8 p.m. But until then, I'll be doing a review Monday evening. I think about 6. Yeah, and if you're new, subscribe to the channel. But yeah, until then, take care, stay safe, stay cool, stay well.